though. Back attack. Leo Pereira, a bit of possession for Flamengo. Back attack. Might be a bit of a cheap foul, but it's a foul on the Bournemouth Ironsman. So he's happy to see that his side, his former side, I should say, won 4-0. A couple of nights ago against Wolves to help out with their survival in the Premier League. This is Forza, who's on the ball now, once again back to tab at halfway into his own half on the left-hand side. His thoughts, of course, will be Flamengo this evening, and I'm sure he's happy that his side are 1 to the good. Fluminense haven't really offered anything in terms of attacking goal, striking, and goal. Shots coming at goal, but I do think they've played some very, very good football. Leo Ortiz to Paquetá. It's almost the two holders in midfield, Paquetá and Araujo. They sit back, get forward when they are given the opportunity, the licence, but they sit back and allow the full-backs to get further up the field. Fluminense in the middle off of Varela. Here they come down the left-hand side with Cerner. It's to go back. Martinelli has it in the middle, pokes it wide to Cerner. Ball to the edge. It's a floated one. It's quite an awkward one for defender and striker to bring down. Header into John Kennedy. Is he brought down? Referee says no. So the attack will continue, and this is a good sequence of play, good attacking play from Fluminense. And as soon as I say that, maybe I should keep my mouth shut for Fluminense fans. Martinelli looks like a first to me that he was not dragged down, but he was almost had his ankle booted and poked at. And he goes and asks for the free kick. Referee says no, get up, so he gives the free kick for Flamengo. But at that time, I think his heels were being chirped at, if you will, and kicked away at. Flamengo go back to Rossi in goal. To Ortiz, the right central defender. He looks forward, but unfortunately taken off his heels by Martinelli. That's a late tackle there. The referee's just going to come over. Rafael Klaus. It was on Plata, and again it wasn't malicious. It was a crunching late tackle, but he is going for the ball. Is the Fluminense midfielder? Pictures off the bench of Fluminense, of course, now made that change already. So you're almost one idea late on in the game down, possibly. Of course, maybe a substitute in the second half was a cost for Canso, but now maybe can Canso give you a full 90 minutes? I'm not too sure on that. Paquetá forward for Pedro. Lovely sweeping right ball to the right hand side. Varela. Well, two. Ball back for Varela, blocked well away, out for a throw-in. Throw-in for Flamengo, just taking the time, and there's no rush. They are 1 to the good. There's over 25 minutes played here from the Maracana. English audio commentary coverage on Sunday evening of Brazilian Serie A action. It's Fluminense 0, Flamengo 1, thanks to a great goal from Pedro on the 7th minute mark. Goalkeeper Fabio out of his goal. 35 yards out on the left-hand side. Confidence from the Flamengo number 9 that he found the back of, at the time, an empty net. And here comes Flamengo once again. They've won the ball. Samuel Lino has it just inside the penalty area. Faked it onto his left boot. Can he find a ball? If this is one in, Pedro would have had a tap in if that would have found him. Played away well though. At the back by the duo of Jimenez and Juan Freitas. He's just going to bring a halt to the game. I believe there might have been a foul off my screen. Samuel Xavier's still down. He's holding his face as well, so apologies for that. It might be that the referee has just brought a halt to the play because it's a head injury. Chip back. And it's a foul by Paquetá. It's a bit clumsy from the Brazilian central midfielder, but I don't think it's a foul. Also, the stray hand there was from Georgia de Arrasqueta. number 10 and skipper as well for Flamengo. Referee's having a word with both of them. So it looks like we have got that sorted out there. Don't believe it's the other card, but Samuel is, I think, just looking at Plata saying, okay, well, I need to get my receipt back on you. Almost, so we'll see how that does play out. I say for a kick, that should be a drop ball, I believe, for Flamengo. Yes, it will. So they get back away for the time being. They're down to 10 men. Flamengo. Paquetá into the line, a lovely 1-2 down the byline on the left-hand side. Can they find a man into the box? Got a running at the back sticks there, but cleared away. The run from Plata was a good one, and you would expect, but Molino, he's now getting a bit more live with his. And again, it's one of the butchers replay back from his cross a few minutes ago. If there was someone running onto that, you're sitting there saying, lovely ball, lovely connection, but because it's cleared away by the defender, I don't think it's perhaps applauded. It should get a cross like that. Plata comes over. Do take the free kick, and instead actually being pushed away. Our skater will be the man, the skipper, to take. It will be still a right-footed option in swinger. Ball comes in. So over half an hour, closing in half an hour, I should say, apologies. Both teams, you just know, can feel the tension, and Joe Flamengo were over the moon to get that really early goal from Pedro, especially if it was a mistake from Fluminense that found them. Still, the ball has to travel a lot and be hit very nicely. The game time from Pedro. Fluminense with Paquetá inside his own half. Araujo. Into Pedro, dropping a little bit deeper. Probably to the right hand side, looking for Plata. Cut inside. Back to Varela. Impatient from Flamengo. They don't need to push anything. 2-0 up. It's a pop pass from Plata. Like Fluminense struggling, the best way I could put it, to get back into this game. Just having a quick look at the stats as Fluminense have the ball inside their own half. It's very tepid, very slow. About 57% possession for Flamengo, so they are shading it comfortably, if you will. Looking at shots, only one for Fluminense. That was over after a running effort. A header at the front post from a short corner that was swung in. As when you look at the teams that are leading, yes, they haven't created a real one-on-one opportunity, but they've had 6 shots, 2 on target. 0.32 XG for anyone who's more interested in that. But half an hour has been played here at the Maracana. Kennedy on the ball, he slips up there as well. Might be a chance here for Flamengo. Couple of 1-2s, left-hand side Samuel Lino. Could he create something? Cuts inside on his favoured right. Is he brought down? Yes, he is. Near enough, right on the edge of the penalty spot, and this will be a big moment now. Lino was driving forward, looking for the run of Pedro, you can just tell. And unfortunately, he cuts inside and he's taken down. It's, for me, terrible defending from Hercules, who's been very, very good at the heart of midfield with himself and Martinelli. I think there's all the things right there. Trips inside, trying to get from. You just want to do that, but now it's a very awkward position. Is this free kick? What I will say, because it is still at the width of the penalty box. It's quite on the left-hand side, but only about. Put your foot on after the ball, but foot might roll into the penalty area. That is how close it is. Looking at Renato Jadu. Referee, as per usual, having a word with the wall. There's a 3-man wall now. It's going to be a 4-man wall. So the waiters, whoever's going to take it, opportunity to settle any nerves. Bakatara is over it. He leaves it for his skipper who goes for goal. It's saving the goalkeeper nearly into a dangerous position there for Pedro to follow up on. Good save in the end. It's maybe a little bit more in terms of, I don't know, not diving but trying to save it a bit nicer. But what I will say was excellent from the goalkeeper is he didn't just pat it down, if you will. He really went for a catch and a strong punch. A halt now, so I'm looking at not missing anything. Watching a few highlights of the game. We are back underway now. It's Flamengo who have the ball. Samuel Xavier. Fluminense has a decent ball over the top. Nearly in behind there. Ortiz to Paquetá, looking up here Platter. Paquetá, the one played keep ball. Flamengo on the right hand side, and was Varela clipped there? Yes, he was. He's going to have a word with the Fluminense. Kennedy's got him first, and then he pulled back and first by Hercules, apologies, and then just coming over Benjamin Keshka. He just pushes him over, does Leo Ortiz. Absolutely puts his shoulder into him. Surprised with a more of a yellow card there. And I was Benjamin Sheshko because he's got some big characters. He's just a big 6'5" Manchester United forward going into you. My word, such big collision there. It's just been a free kick for Flamengo. They take it short as well, trying to catch out Fluminense. Platter goes for a strike at goal, but straight down the throat of the goalkeeper Fabio. At the moment, like I said, and they've grown more into the game, have the host, but they are Flamengo on the left side. Samolino will do well to keep that in, he does, but the touch to keep it in is quite heavy, so probably for Fluminense. About 10 minutes left of this first half, about 35 minutes on the clock. We're about to tick over into 35 minutes on the clock, I should say. Fluminense still committed to playing out from the back, and they have got the share of possession in this game. The ball raking from left to right. And so what we'll see is lost a bit of his pace. He's never really had pace about him. That's one good thing when you lose pace. It's not something you were relying on when you were younger. But he's a great passer and crosser of the ball. We'll see him take a few. And do with Martinelli, runs it back. That's been very frustrating for any Fluminense players game because it takes 2 minutes to make a mistake though. That's a really unlucky mistake of what it was. Kennedy coming forward, taken down there. So the referee a bit more card shy than usual in Brazilian Serie A. To be given a yellow card anyone in this game, but this is a free kick opportunity here for Fluminense. Kennedy's having a word with James, the centre back, and if that's for movement from this corner that we were going to try this. I need you here, I need you there, for example. I don't know if he's just having a go at the midfielder. Rene will be over this. Left-footed effort coming up in just a moment. Cricket comes in, it's headed away. As far as someone Xavier, who puts the ball into the box. Floated, but not floated wide, but floated. Bit of catching practice there as Rossi comes away with the ball. And he rolls it out to Paquetá. So the game's just become a little bit flat in the last 5 minutes or so. Long rangy ball from right to left, looking for Pablo. I say as well, Pedro has isolated since the first one. Leo Pereira driving forward here. This is a good run. He's continuing to go pockets to the edge of the area. Nearly falls for Pedro. That'd been a lovely goal there and a lovely assist. And Xavier and Lino battling for the ball, and it will be the Fluminense skipper who comes off best. The referee gives it his way. Again, both teams were scrapping for the ball there. Both players were as well. Both hands all over each other. Maybe a bit more the aggression there was Alexandro, but still, and Bio was all over his man as well. Approaching the latter stage of the first half. I don't know if the hosts just want to get into half time, have a word with each other. And the hosts would be more of the same, please, this evening. Martinelli. Winston turns past a couple of players, but he needs some help. No one came over to help him, to offer him a short passing option, and now here come Roma, ball to the edge of the area. Can they create something? Mentioned that his Totti is now on. That's going to be a foul, actually, isn't it? The first yellow card comes out now, just because I do cover a good amount of Serie A Brazilian games. I'm surprised it's taken this long for the first yellow card. Samolino's ended up on the deck, so it's Lucas Paquetá. It's 2-for-1 special almost there for the Fluminense midfielder. Pedro played a nice ball over the top. Paquetá takes a touch and he's just taken out there, quite simply put, by the Fluminense midfielder. You say as well, Paquetá trying the bit of skill there, was never coming off, and perhaps that's what he's saying is, I was going for the ball. I just mistimed it, but the referee having absolutely none of it. I would agree. Go back and away, Fluminense in the middle. Martinelli. Fluminense in last minute, they've really just taken over in terms of possession, but Flamengo happy to maybe even sit until half time. They've got a 1-0 lead. If they get it on the counter, fantastic at the moment. Fluminense are the one inside, away 1-1. The side dominating position with the ball, at least over the last 5 minutes or so. Ball over the top of Kennedy, too much on it, into the path of Leo Pereira. He's looking for options down the left with Alexandro. Take the risks there. Right hand side Fluminense, can be up. It's a ball. Two players in. It's to help. He's not got it, but there's no one there. Possible that to Martinelli. He might open a strike, as he does. Blocked well away though. Good block by the outstretched boots of Leo Pereira. Martinelli 1-2s. In the front three, they're more involved as well in the game, but that one was overhit. Rossi will have a goal kick for Flamengo, so it's in the latter stages of this first half. 41 minutes on the clock. A Pedro goal in the 7th-minute marker, the difference, having a favourite of possession. That was Kevin. But That'll be up. The right. Puts it through. Oh, he finds Ganso. Nice ball into the centre here. Can they get a strike off? No, they can't. Ganso comes across to claim and get the ball. Takes a nice little touch and just nods it back to Juan Freites, who now gives the ball back to the left-hand side. I spoke about this game so far, looking at the stats between the two. So apologies for the pause. There was just a delay there after a foul, another injury. Just don't want these to start to add up, as like I say, we're almost in the 4th minute. You don't want to just be getting an extra 5 or 6 minutes when you could have just played there very recently. But it will be a free kick for Flamengo to get us back underway inside their own half. Nice ball out to the left-hand side. I almost see the approval there. Ball put forward. Paquetá trying to get in, but we can't. Fluminense now. A chance to Xavier. As per usual, the right back, the skipper, very, very involved. Gonna be up. Nice ball back to Xavier, making a great central narrow run. It had to be dealt with there by Ortiz, just booting it away, clearing his lines. Nothing special, nothing fancy. Ball passed in the middle by Martinelli, picked up by Paquetá. Slow down there for just a moment, but still have it do Flamengo. Ball switch from the centre of the field to the right hand side. Lovely, lovely passes. There, cutting inside Plata, cuts inside again, looking for an option. Pedro backhills it back to Plata. Well defended from Fluminense, that comes to nothing. Paquetá out to Lino. Can he find the ball into the box? To watch back that as well. Plata. Yeah, I think this back end of this first half has just a little bit flattened out between the two sides. I think as well, it's a tale of two stories, isn't it? For example, Flamengo only made one change coming into this game from their draw in the Copa Libertadores, whereas for Flamengo, 7 changes as a whole. Yes, I believe all of them are on the bench for Flamengo. They're 1-0 up, so they're probably not thinking about that at all. But at half time, as we're just a minute away or so from it in the last. Well, we're in the 45th minute, 44 minutes on the clock, so not long to go. The Fluminense a late goal to maybe get them back into it for the second half, or even push the back end of this one. Taking him down, getting bent. Battle in the middle there. Very, very scrappy in the middle between the two sides. Can't really put get a pass off, can't find anything. Both teams very heated so far, and making it harder for the other one to really get any breathing space, but that's also poor as well. And look at this option. We'll have 3 minutes of stoppage time between the two sides. Currently, Fluminense 0, Flamengo 1. English audio commentary and stoppage times. The assistant still has the ball up, so perhaps there is a rule of how long you have to hold the ball up. I do see that loud and clear. So 3 minutes on the clock. So not long to go. Pereira at the back to Ortiz. Back even further to Rossi. For a 1-2. It's playing a dangerous game here for Fluminense. Do win it high up the field. Flamengo playing that dangerous game. Fluminense pressing a little bit higher for the first time in a while. Back it goes to Fretes. On to Fabio. 1-2 to the back. But maybe Fluminense wants to get into half-time. We're 1-0 down. Let's regroup at half-time. I'm not exactly sure. But expect a bit more, especially at the moment in this first half. From what I've seen, I expect a little bit more. As we go forward or down the left. So that's a poor pass in the middle. Ganso in the middle for Fluminense. It's 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. We're about to hit 2 minutes of that, so we're not far away from half-time at the Maracana. At the moment, thanks to a 7-minute Pedro strike, the visitors will be leading in the break. Kennedy into the penalty. It's a packed one. Just swings the ball into the box. Both teams just asking for one for a penalty, one for the free kick. I just ask because you're going to ask for them all the time, and then it's cleared away. Otherwise, kind of be up. It's right off the face as well of the defender there. See a few replays of the first half so far. And the referee at the moment just having a word as well with a few players as Paquetá is still down and slowly getting back to his feet. He had a card out. I thought it was going through again there, but referee says no, not this time. The official just having a word, as I say, with one of the Fluminense coaches. Referee this evening, Rafael Klaus, has been very, very busy. And he asks now for the goalkeeper to get us back underway, Rossi. This might even be a long boot away, and that might be half-time at the Maracana. Intriguing first half. The early goal separates the two. And the long boot does come, and the referee does blow off half-time. As I say, intriguing first half between the two sides. Nothing in it really, apart from the mistake at the back early on in the game from Fabio. Cleared it away. His clearance found Xavier, his skipper, the right back. But unfortunately, then fell kindly for Fabio to take a touch turn. And the goalkeeper, Fabio, wasn't in his net, and Pedro caught it sweetly. And a lovely strike means that at half-time, it's the visitors who lead at the Maracana. Fluminense 0, Flamengo 1. Join us shortly for the And a warm welcome back to this evening's English audio commentary of all the action from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, live from the Maracanã. Brazilian Serie A action as two heavyweights meet. It's Fluminense hosting Flamengo. It's Fluminense 0, Flamengo 1. Thanks for a goal in the 7th minute from Pedro. Mistake at the back from the goalkeeper. Fabio cleared it long, looking for Samuel Xavier. Took a heavy touch. Played a nice first-time pass from Araujo into the feet of Pedro. Took one touch, swift turn and swivel, and on that turn and swivel, he took a strike at goal. But a quick look up, where's that goalkeeper? Not back in his net. I'm going to go for goal. And Fabio tried to scamper back, couldn't get back. Excuse me. And he found the back of the net, and that is how it was. Quite a flat first half about that. Tell both teams again we're in action midweek. It's a very hot evening as well in Rio de Janeiro, about 25 degrees, give or take, it has to be said, so that's always going to play a part in the games, of course. I'm looking at some of the stats. For example, Fluminense, 3 shots not on target. Flamengo had shots and shots on target. Shots that were saved, but nothing of real high quality. I know everyone loves a bit of XG, of course, but nothing of real high quality. It was just a fantastic goal, it has to be said, from Pedro. A bit of magic sprinkled in from the Flamengo number 9, and that is the difference maker in this second half. Fluminense got us underway. They're going from right to left in the usual red and green with white socks and shorts. Flamengo all red and white jersey with black shorts and red and white socks. Here they come down the left hand side to do the hosts. Opportunity cutting inside. Can they create something? Cerner out to Xavier. Canobio, ball into the box. Heads go up. It's still in there. Cleared away in the end by Everton Araujo. This is a better start from Fluminense. Cleared away, but still the ball with Ganso now into Cerner. Ball into the box. Deflected away. It's out for a corner. So fast start for Fluminense. No changes as of yet, as I can see. There was a change from the first 11. Inside the first 90 seconds, if that. Costa started again for Fluminense. Picked up a knock, where a real serious head injury. Tried to play on, and maybe not even 5 minutes later, was brought up for the man taking this outswing corner. Ganso headed away as far as the Fluminense man, and all the way back to the goalkeeper Fabio. And I do see all the way back. Yes, he's the furthest player back, but he's at least halfway inside his own half, so not as far back as obviously maybe most goalkeepers would be. But a pause has been halted. See who is down. It's a Flamengo player in the penalty box, so it's taking a bit of a knock there. So there's a pause to the game. You won't be missing anything. Looks like it's Gonzalo Plata. Watching it back. Unfortunately, it is unfortunate, as Kennedy goes up for the header. He jumps up and he puts both arms out, and as he's swimming back down, his left arm just catches Plato on the back. So a bit of a sore one there for the Flamengo winger. Quickly though, the lineups. Fluminense just have the ball inside their own half. Fabio is in goal for the hosts. Back forward of skipper Xavier, James, Fretes and Rene. Hercules and Martinelli, the two holders in midfield. Canabio, Ganso and Cerner supporting Kennedy. For Fluminense and Luis Zubeldia's side. For Flamengo, it's Rossi in goal. And for Varela, Ortiz, Pereira and Sandro. Araujo and Paquetá in the middle, with Plata, Alan Scatti and Lino supporting the goal scorer Pedro in both a 4-2-3-1 lineup. Down the left hand side, Ganso, too much on it. The idea was nice. Nice ball played down the left hand side, but nothing coming of it there. That'll play for a goal kick for Flamengo. So back on the long ball forward, looking for Plata. Pedro plays a nice ball in behind. One-on-one opportunity here. Possibility for 2-0 to Flamengo. Great save from Fabio. One-on-one. They just need back to the goalkeeper, who could have played that out to Xavier Samuel, but he could have just taken it down. Could the goalkeeper? No reason for him to do that. But very, very strange there. We'll say an update as well. We do have one yellow card in this game, and that has gone the way of Martinelli for the hosts. Lovely pass from Pedro, almost on the half volley. First touch was great from Plata. Second touch, very good as well, but Fabio Mendes seemed to come up, be alert very quick and made himself big. Fluminense moving through the gears here. Much better start to the second half. Great tackle from Plata getting back there. Almost upside keys, but a bit more centrally as well. And they play it long to the man who scored the other goal of this game, Pedro, on the left-hand side. So a cut inside, striker goal. Blocked away only as far as Plata. Cuts inside, drives into the penalty area, falls for Varela on the right-hand side, cleared away. And as far as a man in the red and a black in Araujo. Lovely ball to Samuel Lino on the left-hand side. Ball into the box. Cleared away, back out left-hand side, Lino, another chance. Pedro is there, and Pedro grabs his brace. Flamengo 2, Pedro 2, if you will. Fluminense 0. For a moment, the celebrations were quite subdued. I thought possibly, is there a free kick? Is there an offside? As far as I can see, it's just a lovely ball back into the box from Lino. His first attempt was blocked with a lovely pass out to him from the right-hand side from Leo Ortiz. Lovely first touch. It's the outside of the right boot. And the defence just goes to sleep. What a ball. Travella cross into the back sticks, and Pedro doesn't even nod it in. He puts it in with his chest. Jogger Benito Samba, if you will. Lovely finish from him. Fabio again stretching to get there. Bit of a collision between the keeper and Pedro, but it's his second goal of the evening for the forward. Fantastic finish there. Fantastic goal all around for the 28-year-old Brazilian forward. It's his 11th goal of the season, I should say, sorry. Into double digits. The former Fluminense man, of course, as well. Played 93 times for his former club, scoring 31 goals. Since January 2020, though, 6+ years he's been at Flamengo. And the 28-year-old has been absolutely fantastic. It has to be said. So now, real uphill task for Fluminense. They've started the second half the best, but that goal from Pedro, second for Flamengo, second for the Flamengo number 9, and that's the difference maker here. Crosso, seeing it back as Fluminense did have the ball, just seeing it back a few times as well. Outside of the right boot cross from Lino. What creativity, what delivery as well. As I say, just tapping it in with his chest did Pedro. So if you are joining us, 53 minutes on the clock. It's a free kick for Fluminense coming up. Canso will be the man to take. It's very wide on the left-hand side, but halfway into the Flamengo half. But it is an opportunity regardless. But it is Canso. The ball into the back sticks. Heads go up. Falls outside the area. Strike comes in. Unfortunately, on the right-hand side there, just wouldn't fall kindly enough for the Fluminense defender. Blaming for going for a shot and trying to create something there wide of the map. Thought it might have even hit the side netting, but no. So out for a Flamengo goal kick, and that's a nice pass into Pedro, who almost again is the striker and the. He's been all over the pitch in the best ways. He's dropping deep, he's going to the right. He's been a real menace for centre-back paying over James and Paredes to deal with Flamengo. They're looking in a real groove right now. Ball forward down the left-hand side. Lino can't get there. Well defended by James. A couple of 1-2s, and Fluminense have it once again. Samuel Xavier. Back into the box. That's a poor pass. We're picked up by Plata in the penalty area. Drives forward. Lovely reverse pass into Pedro. He's striking saved on the rebound. It's ended up in the back of the net. But was it last off of Pedro in a possible offside position? Yes, it was. So close to a third. Pedro was just a second or two before. But a great save from Fabio. That save, though, what a reversal pass there from Plata. Great save from Fabio. Paquetá then goes for a strike, and he's in front of the last central defender is Pedro, but he is behind the goalkeeper. So that is why the offside flag rightfully went up. If Paquetá's strike would have cleanly gone in, not off of Pedro, that would have been fine. That would have been 3-0 to the visitors, but fortunately did take a deflection, and I haven't seen it back from an angle with enough availability to see where the strike was going from Paquetá. It might have been going off target, it might have dragged it wide, the Brazilian midfielder, but nevertheless Pedro almost was trying to tap it home with his right back heel. He did that, but again he was in an offside position when Paquetá hit the ball. Yes, a man behind him in green and red I should say, sorry, but he was behind the goalkeeper. Here comes Fluminense. Kennedy with a strike at goal, blocked to it off of Araujo. England tries to poke it forward. Still Fluminense have the ball. Knocking around, things in Flamengo very happy to sit and hit on the counter whenever they can. Ball forward for Pedro, looks to spray a ball out to the right hand side to Plata. I think comes of it though. The game is very open, to say the 2-0 up Flamengo. They're very open at times when Fluminense do come forward. And still they're looking for their first shot on target as far as I can remember in this half alone. I think they've only had the one shot, but as an overall 4 shots not on target, whereas Flamengo now 11 shots, 6 on target. Not unknown that everyone's a fan of XG, but 0.11 for the host, whereas Flamengo not 1.37, so it shows as well the greater chances of high quality, and regardless of what you think of in terms of XG, you've got to say that what it means is you're creating top tier chances. And that's the best piece of play to sometimes advance how teams are playing. Fluminense, they give it away. Alexandra wins it, looks for a clearance, takes a slip there. His teammate bails him out, and Leo Pereira, who boots it long. Xavier further down the right hand side. Canso, Hercules, ball into the edge of the area. Kennedy's dispossessed. Strike comes in from about 40 yards out there from Martinelli. So let's go back to James. Let's take a few touches. He looks like he's being brought down for just a moment there by Aros Agueta. Still coming forward here. Canobio, ball struck outside the area there by Ganso. And he just whiffs at his strike. It's almost he's running away from him, trickling away to go for the strike. The best he could really do there, to be quite honest. Approaching the hour mark here from the Maracana. It is a Brazilian Serie A action on a Sunday evening. Fluminense 0, Flamengo 1. It's English audio commentary of all the action from the Maracana. As well, if Luis Zabeldia is thinking if he goes to his well to go to the bench, maybe the same even for Flamengo as well. Look to seal this game up, finish it up. You don't want to take too many chances. You don't want to sit back as well and let Fluminense find a groove and some rhythm to this game. Or a 1-2 between himself and Xavier. Fluminense still on the ball, Hercules. Kennedy. Still on the ball on the right hand side of the Davies. Struggling to get out of their own half. Flamengo. Martinelli, the only yellow carded player of the game at the moment as well, so he's got to be careful. To Hercules, lovely ball out to the left hand side now for the run. Canobio back into the middle though. Gonna get past his man Varela, tries to take it past him, well defended by Guillermo Varela. Just clears his lines, only as far back as Ganso though. Ball played in behind, looking for Canopio. Ball into the box. Does that take a deflection off of Leo Pereira? Yes, it does. And a corner coming in for Fluminense. Be their fourth of the game. They take it short, take it quickly, Ganso. Roll back to Canopio. Lovely little reverse pass there into the box across the face of goal. No one's had to tap it home. Ball's in the box. Maybe Kennedy can. No, he can't. Cleared away by Araujo. Cleared as far away as the head of Martinelli, who nods it back to the left-hand side. And now it falls kindly. Strike outside the area, possibly. Strike just inside the area. Flamengo blocking everything that's in front of them. Ball forward looking for the run. Oh, Giorgio De Arrascaeta. We'll still have it. Fluminense again, they've done well, I think the entire second half they've done well, just over 15 minutes played, but in that second was a real pity, a real problem. Of course, goals change games, but you know, Fluminense, they get one back, you never know. Ball on the left-hand side. 1-2, Kennedy finds it into Serna, puts in a goal. Never really gets the power that he wants behind it there. It was the Fluminense winger and well connected there by Rossi in goal. Might have even been an offside. He takes a heavy first touch as well, I have to say, but then he's stretching to get any type of shot off. I do believe a foul's been given for something, I'm not too sure. It's a very, very good save from keeper, if you like. But anyway, well, back to live action. Pedro takes on his man, puts it past him, presses right forward. Great defending from Freitas. Well, trying to play it from the back, and Pedro and Lino, look, their players are on form at the moment, so you can imagine, see when how that's going down at the moment. Canopio. Martinelli gives it away in the middle. Now Plata drops back. We'll say playing on the right hand side is Gonzalo Plata, but just giving a bit more of a free, him and Pedro specifically, the forward areas of Fluminense, given a bit more of a free roll to drop deep, come inside and make it all awkward for Fluminense. Exactly what they're doing now with another attack. Lino plays it out to Varela on the right hand side. I think maybe a third goal for Flamengo does finish this game off as if maybe 2-0 deficit doesn't already feel like it might, unfortunately be already game over on the hour mark, give or take. Pereira. Sandro's a little bit further wide on the left hand side. Good run now. Lovely run by Araujo, not picked out though by Leo Pereira. He's head up there and sees the run. It's a difficult ball to play, but my word, could it have been an effective one. Paquetá looks inside. Back to Leo Pereira. To Paquetá, out to the right hand side, Plata. He wants to put inside that favoured left boot, puts it back to Arrascaeta. Varela. Flamengo trying to conjure out a chance. The area very compact to Fluminense, making it awkward for the leaders. Pedro, let's get a shot away, can't twist and swivel. Ball played in behind, no, it'll fall for Pedro. He takes a touch there, it's off the post, so close to a hat-trick for Pedro. He doesn't even take a touch, he just statically stood still, sees the ball coming, knows he can't take a touch. So he has to go for goal there. What an opportunity that was, and I also said what an opportunity. I actually think more of just like how he created that chance was more of the success there. That was absolutely fantastic there from Pedro. Goals change strikers and goals change games, give strikers confidence, of course. It has to be said that was absolutely incredible that what a brace has done to him. Looks like a man in some real form at the moment. Fluminense though, 65 minutes on the clock. We're just about to hit halfway, give or take. Do they go? What do they do in this game? Do they possibly think that, well, in search of going and getting a third, we'll let ourselves, as soon as we get an equaliser, we'll let ourselves open so Flamengo can go score a third? No Brazilian team at home ever is going to sit back and accept a defeat or even a draw half of the time. They always want to win. Fluminense at the moment, they're far off the pace so this evening from the Maracana. Fluminense do have the ball. Hercules. Ball put forward. Oh, stretching chance there. Nearly an opportunity. I think falls there. That's just been quickly a double change for Fluminense. Coming off is Kennedy and Martinelli. Savarino and Castillo are on in their place. And also at the same time, change being made for Flamengo. Off comes Samuel Lino. Also field of play looks to be, trying for full confirmation from our providers, but I want to say it's Bruno Enrique coming on for him. Again, that might be a bit of a tactical tweak. I'm not 100% sure, but the 35-year-old Brazilian coming on, Bruno Enrique. First substitution for Flamengo. Strike comes outside the area from Fluminense. It has to be saved well there from Rossi. Apologies, my focus was on my team sheet and take their eyes off the ball for 1 second. And Fluminense with a big chance, and they've got a corner as well. They've got more than enough time to turn this around in front of their home fans. And from right to left in the second half are Fluminense. So it will be an outswing into the front post, bobbling it around, cleared away. Cleared away only as far as Castillo. Ball into the box, it's a good one. Heads go up and header goes wide of the mark. And it will be a goal. That corner just created so much chaos right into the front post. Castillo was there. There's another couple of players. I want to say Castillo gets the hook on it. Yes, he does. Takes a deflection. Half cleared away. But in the end, Flamengo survivors. The cross came in. There was a lovely cross from Ren. The header went wide of the target. When he goes down there, is Rossi. He has to boot it long. Looking for his forwards, Enrique. But it's won well in the middle by Hercules. And Fluminense coming forward. The feet of Pedro. Perhaps he'll be in search of a hat-trick now. He scored as well just a few minutes ago. With a curling effort off the near enough inside of the post, ricocheted straight out. That would have been his hat-trick and Flamengo's third. And yeah, you might accept defeat if you are Fluminense, but with time on the clock ticking away ever so much, of course. About 70th minute, we've just about to tick over into. It is Fluminense 0, Flamengo 2. On the first half for Pedro very early on, inside 7 minutes, and took him even less in the second half. 6 minutes for a lovely first for chest, only ball from the left-hand side from Alessandro. Finally, his man was cleared away. That it felt lovely for Samuel Lino with an outside of the right boot, Travella-esque ball into the box, which Pedro didn't even notice. He chested it in. How cheeky from the Flamengo number 9. And it is visitors who have the possession once again. And for me, this is a very slow, tepid game at the moment, but I think obviously Flamengo know the 2-0, they don't need to it goes. The puncher's in the middle. Araujo and Paqueta. Ball forward, looking for the run of Enrico, trying to get involved. It's off a Fluminense defender, and it will be a throw-in. Can see Luis Rebeldia again prowling his technical area. If you're happy with something, I can assure you of that with the scoreline. As I can imagine that Leonardo Jardim will be very happy with his side performance so far. In the middle, with Hercules. In favour of the field now is Hermes. Looks like Flamengo preparing another double change in just a moment. Be their second and third with another stoppage, another block of substitutions to make for the rest of this game. He loses the ball, but he wins it straight back there. Does Enrique. Moving forward for Marquinhos. No match up on the field now so far. Gabriel, or an attacking player. That would just be a classic 4-4-2, 4-2-4. I do like to look at it, ball forward, and Davey is in an offside position. Says, well, Castillo is getting right into the linesman's face there. Quite shocked that he did that. Not happy at all. Look, I can understand your frustrations and disappointment, but he was right in the face of the linesman, almost whacking his finger as well in the assistant's face. I believe there's been any repercussions for it though, which really shocked me. Sometimes the linesman, there'll be a lot of words said to him for decisions and so on and so forth. The referee will go over and say, you can't see that too. So right, officials, here's a yellow card. That's a silly one to be picking up, really. Double change, so as I say, De La Cruz is on, as well as the man who, one of the players who left the foot with so many changes. Carrascal is on with Cruz, of course, Plata and Aras Gaeta, the skipper for the evening. He's off the field of play. So we've been halfway through the second half. We're well over that now, approaching 74 minutes on the clock, give or take. Last 15 minutes are approaching. A Pedro brace, defence maker for Flamengo. Serie A-Fluminense 2-0 at the Maracana. English audio commentary coverage of all the action in some late Sunday Brazilian Serie A action. Fluminense are on the ball. Kind of struggled in this half though. The best chance, which wasn't a chance, and didn't end up with anything other than a foul in the area when it was a poor corner kick, and it just felt no one was ready for Flamengo. No one was ready for Fluminense. It was called out a little bit by the in-swinging strike of the right boot by Varela. It was at the time, looking at it, and no one did anything. In the middle, Hercules. And I can imagine Savarino's going to probably go as one of the wingers. Ganso will probably drop a little bit deeper, so maybe there's a possibility that Savarino could play as he can. Not too sure, we'll have to wait and see. Fluminense knocking it around here with a bit of confidence. This is a nice sequence of play. Strong in the tackle there is Flamengo's defender Varela. Puts out for a throw-in. Going from left to right to Xavier. Ball comes into the box, heads go up. What a save from Rossi, diving with every inch of his frame. Lovely ball into the box of the header. And another ball's going to come in. That's not as good as the last one, though. Easily dealt with at the back by Flamengo. Now coming forward. No, they're not. Yeah, an expensive opportunity, really, isn't it? Hercules. The ball to the left-hand side at Dewson. Needs a ball, he's all on his own, needs a runner. Someone's helping. Is into the box. At the moment, Flamengo just sitting there and asking the question, just will come forward when they can, but I think until maybe the opportunity. Ball forward. Couple of 1-2s. Opportunity there. It's stabbed home by Fluminense. A mistake out of the back there, and they're right back in the game now. I have no idea what Flamengo were doing at the back there. It was just a ball into the box. I thought this has gone dead. Let's hit a reset button, if you will. Ball just poked forward. Castillo has it. I believe it's Alexandro, who with a lazy outstretched left leg. I don't know if he's trying to pass to the goalkeeper. I don't know if he's even maybe trying to take a touch and then turn and swivel and clear it away. I am not sure at all. What I'm sure of, though, is that the back sticks of Savarino was alert most to it, alert more than absolutely anyone else. And the substitutes come on, and he's made an instant impact almost, and he's just got a lot more intrigue in this game going. It's English audio commentary live from the Maracana. Is a player down still, though, for Flamengo. I don't think this is going to be disallowed or anything such as that, but it is 2-1 Flamengo lead. Pedro's goal in the 7th and 51st minute put them 2-1 up. Two absolutely top-tier finishes for both. And Savarino on the 76th-minute mark. Fluminense a chance in this game, it has to be said. Of course, looking at time on the clock, maybe 78 minutes, give or take. Plus whatever stoppage time there will be. So we'll have to wait and see what the referee and the officials give up. Of course, we're still quite far away from it, but only a couple of minutes away, and you've got to have that almost in the back of your mind, I feel. But forward. A couple of subs we made for Fluminense. Will bring them up to date with you as soon as I get up to date with them, because sometimes you watch the Bundesliga, it's not always the most compact and adaptable little league. That's quite a good snatch there. Flamengo get us back underway. Again, they might even just try and slow this game down, take any confidence that they have. Again, that was such a poor piece of play. Rossi played it out, was just saying, why you play that to me? I do not want that football. Now you have to say the momentum, if who's going to get a fourth goal in this game, you say it might be two apiece, and now that there's momentum with the goal going in from Fluminense, I mean, credit as well to Savarino, who's just been on the field of play, and he went in, it was out. On the left-hand side. Enrique looking for a run into the box, catching practice there for Fabio. There's it to Loren, who's going to drive forward. And 8 months? These teams have played a few times, but played earlier this season as well, resulting in a draw and a penalty shootout. Lovely ball in behind, Fluminense chance! It's grabbed wide. What an opportunity that was. Savarino's already been in the right place, right time to drag home the equaliser. There's been a flag that's gone up because he's not happy with the referee, and my only assumption if he's doing that, he's not happy with whatever the ref's giving him. He always does get a little bit over it, doesn't he? It's going to be an awkward one. It's a free kick. For Flamengo to take. And again, you would say that this will suit them now. Slow it down, getting free kicks, getting fouls, looking to frustrate Fluminense. As if they're not frustrating them already with a 2-goal lead that they do hold. 80 minutes on the clock though, less than 10 of the 90 to go. And then whatever stoppage time we have, long ball played forward by Rossi. He's going to find Enrique. Looks like he's now got the skipper's armband on as well. He's taken down from behind there. Referee says no, or at least that was possibly a dive there. As Fluminense trying to get the game quickly underway. Another change is coming up here for Flamengo, so not a chance that's going to happen. Looks like Leo Ortiz will be a player to leave the field first in this double change, with Danilo coming on for him. Just waiting on full confirmation of it. Looks like it'll be Araujo on for Pedro, the man who's been the shining light, it has to be said. So back on the way, Fluminense have the ball, less than 10 minutes to go. English audio commentary coverage of Serie A action from the Americana this Sunday evening. Currently goalless. Fluminense would love it to be goalless, I should say, but they're 2-0 down, and the brace from Pedro, man who's just come off for Bruno Enrique, but very similar to how even when Conway's on the field, for example, they don't usually play with a striker. It's just you pick up this area, you pick up this area. Fantastic to watch when it does get going. Bristol City into the box. Cleared away though. Oh, that's a sore one there. Free kick going the way of it's gone down there. The Fluminense take their free kick quickly. It's one of poor decisions, I think, from set pieces this evening. But Ganso still have it. Flamengo got this 2-0 lead. I think they're quite happy pacing for a moment to a degree, and as long as if they lose those, that's where maybe the series has been kicking, but for the moment it's not really doing so. Ball played into the feet of Araujo, plays it down the line, further forward, Paquetá, edge of the penalty area, cuts it back, opportunity for the youngster to unleash a strike in Araujo. Oh, he hits that all wrong, goes out, but all right into the collection, as they would say, a lot of collectors there. Down the left-hand side, Alexandro pops it back to the goalkeeper. Feet of Freites. Right hand side, that's a nice pass into the feet of Ganso. Ball into the penalty box, looking for the run of striker Kennedy. Araujo now picks it up, and now you might just see maybe more experienced heads coming onto the field, of course, for Flamengo. So this is the time and the place to be doing it. This is the time and place to give depth and minutes to 2-0 up very confidently as well. I can imagine this will be a massive confidence booster around the team being 2-0 up. Have a look at the table, of course, as I said. At the moment, 2 goals going their way and 3 points, so they will sit level on points with Fluminense in Sao Paulo, but due to a better goal difference, they will sit second, and it will be so he's looking to drop deep and get on the ball. I think he's further up the field. We've got just about 5 minutes of the 90 left. Excuse me. left-hand side, looking for options. But forward, nothing comes of it, and Pereira takes us. The ball there, Plata. Lovely ball down the right-hand side. Here comes Flamengo in search of another one. Enrique wanted to turn and spin his man inside out. Ball into the back sticks. It has to be dealt with. It's dealt with fantastically well at the back sticks by the defender there in Samuel Xavier. This is great from the defender. Just because I've got laid there before, just lays it on a plate. Oh, it's a great header from Xavier Samuel. As they laid it right at the back post. It's going to be a corner. And an opportunity. The man who nearly got it in the back of it, Enrique, can put it on a plate. Double change coming up here, though. It's going to be before the corner. So for full confirmation. Guga is the man coming on first, and he's jogged very quickly over. And also coming on as well as Aroa. Rene was the first man off the field of play, then winning for full confirmation of who is coming off for both, really. But it is an in-swinger. Cleared away. Ganso gets his boot well and truly underneath it. Battle 6. Ball goes up. Can it be up? That bring it down. A good first touch though. Back to Fabio. Again, they only need one chance. Time is against Fluminense, but they are only one down. Not with passes like that, though, will there be? Araujo just takes a heavy touch when the ball came to him and comes to nothing. Danso down the right-hand side. That's a nice ball played over to the right. Togi, if he could maybe overlap on the left-hand side. He can't, but ball into the box to the right side. Ball to the box for Castillo. That was the chance. He does. He looks up to the heavens. Can it be? I thought he needed support, but it's a lovely ball in instead. And Chieko is so. Watch this. This will be a perfect angle, won't it? Oh, just gets underneath it, unfortunately. Does the forward. After all that Fluminense pressure, it will be a goal kick for Flamengo. Rossi to take. He's going to boot it long. No playing out from the back. No silly mistakes are being made. He's looking for what at the moment seems to almost be a strike partnership between Araujo and Bruno Enrique. And Abio's not happy. He's one down holding his right thigh. Take a big pick. This might be a dead leg, but again, maybe it doesn't help the referees when players go down, and it's one of them. I'd never say they haven't maybe got a bit of a stinger and it's painful, but he's still down. He's kind of Bio. It's just one of them. I can imagine if you're a teammate, you don't want to put it out. You're in a good position early on here. He's back on the field now. He's kind of Bio. And said most like very similar haircuts to both have with the long, almost ponytail-esque hair. Trims I've seen in a while. Bretes into Ganso. Got deep, create something, of course. Back to Hermes. Still in the middle. Araujo. And that's a late tackle there on De La Cruz. There's going to be another yellow card coming in the way of Castillo this time. Just a little, just catch him. Nothing malicious, he's going for the ball. And I can imagine the defender will get up and say, yep, no problem with that. I have a receipt for him. You never know, but. Castillo not been on the pitch long and already in the referee's book. Still went it back underway, so apologies for the delay. There we are. Flamengo boot it long to the left hand side, looking for Bruno Enrique. He nods it on, but nods it out of play. That's how he nods it on. Well, I will say it's credit to both fans in attendance. The atmosphere has been absolutely extraordinary this season for the Maracana. We'll see, we were being shown pictures of the crowd. Comes back to play. The referee's blowing the whistle for something. Ganso's in his here. The referee this evening has been Rafael Klaus. He's closing in his last few minutes. So Flamengo have a free kick, about halfway into their own half. They have pushed players further forward. We are just about to hit the 90th minute of the game. So not too long to go. Waiting on full confirmation of what stoppage time we'll get in just a moment. I believe the fourth official's just about to put it up. Looks to be about 7 minutes of stoppage time. But here comes Flamengo. Could they grab a third and get that 2-goal buffer back? Strike outside the area, saved well by Fabio. It's done great. It's a great save, but where he puts it isn't fantastic, it has to be said. Flamengo, though, still on the counter. Araujo, that's a poor touch. Varela goes flying in. Oh, lose the ball, and Fluminense wins a throw-in. A couple of players not happy with something, it has to be said. And again, maybe if it was the tackle or the challenge coming in from Varela. Castillo does well to hold off his man and win a throw-in on the left-hand side. And again, that 7 minutes, I can imagine it's almost given a second life, as now it's getting a little bit frosty on the touchline. Both the bosses of Luis Isabeldi are pushing his players back on the field, and even Leonardo Jardim coming over and saying to his players, get away, no need for this, get back on our side, stop trying to get involved, let the game flow, we don't want to make any silly mistakes. That's a bit of a silly mistake there from Enrique, and he'll pick up a yellow card there. Again, that he's saying no more of that. Enrique coming over after the ball was played already by Juan Freites. And with his back to him as well, just completely takes him out. More, not even a clip, I would say. It's in between a clip of the heels and just swinging your leg and boosting it away. Freites is still, he's back up, he's feeling the effects of it. Can't blame him as well. He's just trying to show puff of that chest out a little bit more. Is Enrique there? I'm not too sure, but it's all for Fluminense to do in stoppage time. That's a lovely piece of play down the left-hand side, and here come Flamengo in search of a third. Tackle is fantastic from Hercules there at the back. Knocks it back to the goalkeeper Fabio, and now forward they come. Down the right, Ganso. Still with Xavier. Going to be late drama at the Maracana. Good tackle in the middle there, though, instead by Araujo. Heavy touch to the right hand side. Back and outside the area, looking to get a strike away. Offside going to be given anyway against Ganso. So the ball is quickly played though forward. Not many players joining the forward attack from Flamengo. Great feet as well though. Ball in behind for Enrique. Flag stays down for now. Cuts back inside. Can he grab a goal? No, he can't. Maybe his stride was too long. Possibility the flag might have gone up as well. Waiting for full confirmation of that. Lovely ball in behind. Ooh, it's very close, I do have to say, on second viewing. He does well. Goes wide. I think the goalkeeper Fabio does extremely well. For me, watching back here when the sliding tackle came in from Araujo and Varela, I believe it's Araujo who just throws the ball away. The second ball that's ready for the kick-off system, if you will, for the quick throw-ins and quick set pieces. He throws that away. Didn't see that in the live viewing. That's why the Flamengo players weren't too happy. But both managers saying, look, we don't need this to descend into chaos at all. It's have a good game, and game has been had so far. And so far, of this 7 minutes of stoppage time, we've played 4 of the 7 minutes. English audio commentary. The strike comes in outside the area. Rossi has to parry it wide, and parry it wide for a corner. Hercules has been quiet this game, but he took a touch there, and he took a stride at goal. And his strike was a good one, saved well by Agustin Rossi. So we're seeing English audio commentary coverage. Last 2 to 3 minutes, give or take, of all the action from Rio de Janeiro at the Maracana. Flamengo, who are leading 2-1 against Fluminense. Outswinger comes in, it's cleared away. And that's a late tackle there as well. And I believe the referee is going to get the red card out. Yes, he is. Araujo's not been on too long. It's a silly foul on Guga. I have zero idea why he's done that, and that is a straight red card. So silly, so stupid as well. And Carrascal goes in from behind, almost scissors Guga. That is terrible from the Flamengo man. A straight red card, he's not been on too long. And I mean, if I was Leonardo Jardim, I'd be absolutely furious with him. Because, yes, it's only 2 minutes or so left, but with that extra man, there's a possibility that they could go and get a goal. What if Fluminense go and get a goal here from this set piece? Down the right-hand side. They're looking to grab an equaliser. Back centre to Canso, 1-2. Ball down the right-hand side once again. Can they find a ball into the box? They can. Heads go up. It's headed right up in the air from a Flamengo jersey. Miscommunication between defender and Enrique there. It'll trickle out for a throw-in for Fluminense. We're in the last few moments. All eyes really on the referee Rafael Klaus as we're just about to play the 7 minutes of stoppage time. Cancer. And it might be a shot from range. It might be the opportunity that falls for him. Mom's looking very static and Flamengo sitting back in a very defensive shape. I don't blame them. Fluminense in search, going to take a risk, and when will they take that risk? On the left hand side, Ganso swings the ball into the box, going to fall in the penalty, a strike comes in, what a block at the back from Pereira. It was a vital block as well. It'll go out for, I believe it might even be a long throw-in. It definitely is one of that, or there's a corner, apologies, on the near side, on the left-hand side. What an opportunity that was. It nearly fell kindly for Savarino. Nothing came of it, unfortunately. As I said, corner on the left-hand side. And in the swinger right into the back sticks. It might be overhit. Header goes wide, but it's last up a Flamengo head. This could be last chance saloon time for Fluminense. Corner is taken quickly, edge of the area. Opportunity to put a ball into the box. No, it won't. It'll go all the way from right to left. Shot probably opens up here for Hercules. Doesn't take it, plays it to the left-hand side. Cuts in, cuts out, decent ball into the box. Heads go up and header goes wide. That was a chance there. Castillo was in. Lovely ball in. Just couldn't direct his header on target. Lovely ball on the left-hand side. Cerner still showing he's got the magic in those boots. But he gets underneath the header and he sends it wide. Watching it back though, it was a terrific block after the strike came in. And I do believe the referee possibly has blown the full-time whistle from the Maracana. Late drama after a red card for Carrascal, but the job was already done after a Pedro brace early on in the first half, and his second followed up early on in the second half. Fluminense did get a goal after a mistake at the back, finished off and poked home by Savarino, but it doesn't matter because Flamengo get the job done. Their backs up against the wall for most of the back end of the second half, but they won't really care. 3 points is 3 points as they continue their ascension in Serie A. Full time from the Maracana. Fluminense 1, Flamengo 2. Thanks for joining.